Alrighty, folks. So this is going to be the seventh psychological lecture out of the 30. And in the seventh lecture, I want to specifically talk about optimism versus pessimism, right? And how it affects you in trading. What are the protocols in order to solve this? What are the issues around having extreme optimism or extreme pessimism, right? So first and foremost, I want to identify what type of person you are behind the screen, right? Are you an extreme optimistic person, right? And you're a very, very optimistic person, or are you an extremely pessimistic person, right? Now, what are the traits and the habits between the two, right? Extreme optimism is saying, "Oh, this trade's gonna hit take profit. Let me move my stop loss a little bit higher, right? Oh no, this trade for sure will hit take profit. Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah, bro. Oh for sure, this trade will hit take profit, right? You guys get the point, right? So that's the first type of human being, right? Extreme optimism, right? Which is terrible. The second type of person is extreme pessimism. Bro, why did I even enter that trade? This is going to get stopped out. How many points am I targeting here, bro? I don't even know why I even entered this, bro. I'm going to get stopped out. I don't know what to do here, right? Majority of you guys are pessimistic, right? If you're extremely optimistic, your solution, go watch the ego lecture to humble yourself because specifically optimism, right? There's two types of optimism, right? There's optimism in the sense specifically of talking and saying optimistic about the trade idea playing out, right? And then there's extreme optimism that then leads to ego, right? Of saying, well, why would this trade not hit take profit? I'm the best trader, or I'm this or that, or this X, Y, and Z, right? I have this or that over everyone else, right? Which that's ego. So you need to humble yourself as soon as possible because if that's the way that you trade, and you trade thinking you're better than other people or you know what you're doing, right? When you are actively unprofitable, you need to kill your fucking ego as soon as possible, right? As soon as possible. You will never succeed in day trading if you have an extreme optimistic ego, right? And I love having an ego, but we need to correlate and identify what type of ego we have, right? Do we have an ego in the sense of saying, I'm going to never give up on this. I'm going to work so hard every single day, right? And I will be better than everyone because I simply will just work harder than everyone. That's a healthy ego in my books, right? I tell all my Discord members to specifically have that form of an ego. The other ego is when you're unprofitable, you're broke, right? And you're lazy saying, "Oh, well, why do I need to backtest? I already know what I'm doing," right? "Oh, I know my strategy. My strategy does this or that." When you are fucking unprofitable, you have no money to your name. What do you mean? Why? You have no room to be egotistical, right? Ask yourself and be very truthful with yourself. How much money do I have right now? And how many payouts have I ever gotten, right? And if that's you on a day to day basis and you haven't got a shit ton of payouts and a lot of money into your name, you need to humble yourself. And there's no room for traders like that in the trading space. There's no room, and you will never make it in trading if that's your mindset, right? So that's optimism, right? And covering optimism. And the problems with optimism specifically is there's two forms of optimism. Optimism in the sense of being confident in yourself and your ability to succeed in day trading, which is necessary. What's not necessary is extreme optimism, where you think any trade that you enter will hit take profit, and then you feel like shit when you get stopped out, right? Once you get stopped out of a trade and you're extremely optimistic type of person, right? Your innate habits and the innate way that you think specifically is, oh I'm gonna just re-enter because this trade should have hit take profit. This trade should have hit. Why should it have taken? Why should it have hit and take profit? Right? What do you have special that it should have hit take profit? Does the market owe you something? Right? And this all is solvable specifically by lowering your ego, right? And what are the habits instilling, right? And allowing us to specifically basically diminish our ego. Go buy a grandma groceries, right? Go help a homeless person out. See how good your life is, right? Your ego will get diminished, right? Even if you're broke, bro. When I was broke, I was still, anytime I saw a homeless person, I'm not saying this to say, oh, look at me, right? I'm saying it in the sense to motivate you fucks to do it, right? When I was broke, I remember one time I had $40. I saw this homeless dude. He was under an overpass. It was cold. It was winter time. It was cold. It was even cold in Los Angeles. It was probably like 60 degrees every day. I felt like shit, right? And obviously, I didn't want to give the homeless dude cash, right? I actually ended up giving him cash. I think I gave him like $5 or $15 in cash, and then I bought him food, right? I bought him food from 7-Eleven, right? It's a 7-Eleven under an overpass, right? Whatever. And I was sitting there and I was like, damn, I think my life is so shit because I only have $50 in my bank account. But this dude has no clothes, right? He has no roof over his head. He has probably a very low probability of making money, he is realistically going to probably die in that overpass from an overdose or something like that, right? I'm a realistic human being, right? I gauge things off of realistic probability. That's the realistic outcome of his situation. And I'm sitting here moping and thinking I'm the best trader on the planet when I have no money to my name. I do Instacart and DoorDash, and people even have it worse than me. Why am I egotistical, right? And that's the biggest thing is majority of you guys are simply egotistical. You have nothing to prove your ego, right? Once, like if you really want to have an ego, once you're at the stage of tangible things, no one can question your ego, right? Now, some of you guys will say I'm egotistical, right? And I agree. By all means, I'm to definitely to some extent I'm egotistical. But my ego specifically has guided me to where I am today, right? And the habits, right, that I practiced and I said to myself and I viewed the world in a very specific way have led me to where I am today. And in grand retrospect, I am a top 0.00001% human being, right? I'm 19 years old. I make over six figures a month. I'm 6'4", right? I have traits that make me extremely rare, right? The problem is every single person wants to have an ego when they have no rare traits, not even a single rare trait, right? So you need to gauge your accomplishments in life and then base your ego if you're valid and if you're valid enough to have an ego, right? Humble yourselves. I'm telling you, it will only lead you so far in life, right? So that's the first thing in terms of, right, extremely optimistic, right? You need to gauge if you're extremely optimistic or if you just have a very inflated ego, right? And the problem is all of these things directly correlate into trading because the moment you get stopped out, you think you're the man and you have the highest ego in the room when you have no sense of accomplishments, which then leads you to overtrade, which then leads you to blow your account, which then leads you in the cycle to repeat time and time again. So that's the first trait. The second trait is pessimistic. Oh, well, this trade won't hit take profit, or this trade wasn't for me, or why did I even enter this trade? Why are you self-doubting yourself before the trade even plays out, right? You might be break-even P&L, right? Your P&L hasn't even moved up or down, and you're immediately thinking, oh, how much am I going to lose on this trade? You need to completely rewire your mind in the way that you think if that's how you actively think right now. Because with that mindset, you will ultimately fail in any aspect in anything that you try in life. It's not just trading, right? If you specifically have the mindset that the second you do something, you are most likely going to fail, it's a confidence issue, G. It's nothing else. It's simply a confidence issue. You lack the confidence to act, right? You lack the confidence to have a little bit of sense of optimism in your life. You lack the confidence to place the executions, and this all leads from fear and confidence, right? So, what are the habits that will allow us to build fear, remove fear out of our lives and build confidence in our lives? Picking up external habits, right, that will lead towards this. What are some examples? Picking up a combat sport. Go get punched in the face, right? And your confidence will be boosted, right? Because you did something that majority of human beings are afraid of doing, right? Early stages before I started boxing and before I started going to the gym, right? Right when I started doing everything, um, I was just so not confident in myself, right? And this is ultimately why it took me so long, right, to succeed in trading, simply because of I lack the ability to have confidence, right? I'm telling you how much a combat sport will benefit your life is like unheard of. You just walk around feeling like you're the man, right? But the thing is, you need to be careful because if you're not actively getting better in the skill that makes you money, right, and you're only getting better specifically at, for example, a combat sport or lifting in the gym and getting bigger, right, your priorities are backwards, right? The same reason why, right, majority of people will see a jack dude and just think, meathead, low IQ, idiot, this guy's stupid. You know what I mean? Right? It's because you need to have all aspects of your life, right? If you saw, right, I'm going to paint two scenarios in your head. If you saw a very jack dude, right, a big dude getting out of a Honda Civic at the gas station, you would just think, meathead. He's probably as smart as a dumbbell. He's an idiot, right? That's the normal perception that human beings have versus, right, the jack dude that gets out of a Lamborghini Urus. You're sitting there saying, damn, who's this guy? How is this guy 200 lean and in a Urus? You know what I mean? Or a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or whatever the case may be, whatever scenario you want to paint in your head. How is this guy jacked in this nice of a car? What does he know? This guy has it all figured out, right? So it is a very important thing that you build the discipline around all realms of your life and not just primarily focus on one realm, right? The problem is the majority of people, right? Going to the gym is awesome. I love going to the gym. I recommend it so much, right? It has helped me through so many mental issues. It's built my confidence in my life. But the problem is when you make the gym your life, right? You have no time to work on any other habits, right? I understand, right? The gym is a form of therapy, right? It was a form of therapy for me. I used to spend 3, 4 hours at the gym, right? I love the gym. But the thing is you need to prioritize how you're spending your time, right? To then build confidence. Because if you're spending 4 or 5 hours a day at the gym, your priorities are all messed up. You need to be making money and figuring out ways to make more money, right? So this all leads back into balance with everything in life. My original thought process and the original things I was telling you guys is extreme optimism and extreme pessimism, right? You need to find a healthy balance between the two in order to succeed at trading, right? And this is the ultimate way you can very, very efficiently, quickly, and fast, right, become good at trading, right? When you have a healthy balance between extreme optimism and extreme pessimism. Now, I'll tell you why, like I mentioned before, I'll tell you why having so much of one is just going to disrupt you. If you have extreme optimism, you have an inflated ego to say, oh, well, why did I get stopped out there? My trade should have ran, right? There was no reason for me to get stopped out there. Let me re enter, right? And then the second stop loss hits. Oh, well, that was just bad luck. Let me enter again, right? This trade for sure is going to hit take profit. No way. 2 or 3 more times of doing that, your account's blown. Now, that's the first bottleneck and the first problem. The second problem specifically is extreme pessimism. Oh, well, I don't know if I should enter this trade. I might get stopped out. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You get stopped out, and then you're fearful to execute for another 2, 3 days, right? That one $200 loss on your funded account makes you scared to even open up fucking TradingView. You're scared to open up a TradingView, a charting platform. You're afraid of a charting platform. Think about that. You're afraid of data on a screen. You're afraid of a candlestick going up and down, right? If you think you can become the man that makes millions of dollars by being fearful of a candlestick that moves up or down on a screen, your priorities are so out of line, right? So out of line. Go get punched in the face at your local boxing gym, and I promise you, your confidence will shoot through the moon fast. You start walking out with life, right? I swear to you, the second you start boxing, you guys have heard those memes. It's like your homie starts boxing and immediately he just starts shadow boxing you wherever you go. You know, that's reality. And the reason on why that is deeper than what you think it is. The reason on why that is because of the fact that they're innately building confidence with themselves. And they want to show that confidence in a way. And the only way that they can show that confidence is by shadow boxing you as a joke, right? Because if they punched you in the face, they would be morally wrong. Obviously, they're not going to punch you in the face, but these are all things you guys need to identify, right? And look, there are obviously scenarios in which an extremely optimistic person will still succeed, right? There are very niche scenarios where an extremely pessimistic person will succeed. Am I saying that is it impossible to have extreme on one side and still not succeed? No, it's very possible, right? And it happens all the time. But every single lesson that I give you guys based off of what I would tell myself is basing everything off of speed and efficiency, right? I've noticed 99, not 99, I keep saying 99 in the word 99, but majority of trading mentors, right, don't preach speed and efficiency, right? I love efficiency. I love identifying how we can solve a problem at the fastest rate of return. And the lessons I am giving you today, you might not think have a direct correlation with how much money you make in trading. But I promise you, my friend, as someone who makes a lot of money off trading, every single habit in which I talk about on every single one of these videos has the biggest impact, right? And I see it, right? I see it with so many people that are pessimistic, right? But then have an ego, right? I notice these things and I'm like, oh, well, that's why he might be profitable, right? Just dickheads that I just don't like on TikTok or just anyone, right? Anyone. I'm like, well, why is this person profitable? Let me analyze him, right? Let me go in depth and think about how this person acts, right? And there are people extremely pessimistic or extremely optimistic, right? That they show you one thing on TikTok, but in the background, they typically have a healthy balance and they're stable, right? And look, you can succeed being extremely on one side, extremely pessimistic, thinking your life is shit, extremely optimistic if you think your life is awesome, right? The biggest thing is do you have the discipline to show up every day, right? And this is the ultimate thing, and I want you guys to engrave this sentence in your brain, right? Do I have the discipline to show up every day no matter how I feel and no matter what circumstances happen in my life, right? Did I blow a funded account today? Yes? Okay. Did I still journal, backtest, and forward test after I blew that funded account? If the answer is no, expect to see continuation of failure every single day of the week and every single year. And until you fix that, you will never see profitability, right? I will repeat what I just said. Do you have the discipline to show up every day? Did you blow a funded account today? If the answer is yes, right? Did you journal, backtest, forward test, right? And figure out why you blew your funded account today? What were the emotions that sparked internally that caused you to blow a funded account, right? And if you didn't do that, expect to be unprofitable and expect to continuously blow funded accounts and expect your life to never change. Expect every single circumstance in your life to be continuous and continuously happening, right? Your life is shit right now. You want the real pill, the magic pill, and your solution, right? The simple solution and the fastest solution to all of your problems is simply showing up every single day, no matter how you feel, no matter what circumstances is happening in your life. Your family members are getting on your case for going to college or X, Y, and Z thing. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go back test. I'm going to go forward test. I'm going to go take my execution. I'm going to go journal, right? Your mom says that you need to enroll into a college class. Doesn't matter. I'm going to still back test, forward test, journal. I'm going to still do everything every day, and I'm not going to let it psychologically affect me, right? Did you blow a funded account today? Yes. Okay. Did I still back test, forward test, journal? Did I still do every single thing that I needed to do today? And if the answer is no, my friend, expect the exact same outcome that you have consistently and repetitively faced over your entire trading journey. This is ultimately why every single human being fails at trading, or a high percentile at least fails at day trading, is simply because of the fact that they don't show up every day after losing or winning, right? Either when they win, they say, I don't need a back test or forward test or journal. I won, right? Or they lose. Bruh, I don't know. I lost. I don't know why I would forward test or back test today. Let me just lay in bed and scroll TikTok. Coming back to the whole basis of this video, extreme optimism or extreme pessimism. You need to identify your personality traits. And once you identify your personality traits, you need the ability to critically think, right, on how to create solutions for your problems. And this is ultimately how you will succeed, right? That's going to be the end of this lecture. I think I gave enough value there. I hope this lecture has brought some value to your trading journey and to your trading psychology. If you guys need anything from me, please let me know. My DMs are always open. I will always respond to your DMs. If you made it to the end of this video, comment the words balance between the two. At Salwan Asiri, balance between the two. I love you guys so much. I'm going to leave the Discord link in the bio. I'm going to leave the best funded firm on link in the bio. If you guys want to check it out, you get 50% off. I love you guys so much. If you guys need anything from me, please let me know. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's psychological lecture and as well as trading video.